Okay, so we have 8.973 times 10 power of 18 euros. Now, as a matter of fact, 2 decimal places, so it's better put it like this is the answer for number 1A. 1A. Now we go to number 1B. Calculate James' estimate in kilometer. Okay, in kilometer cube. So James believed the asteroid here has the radius of 113 kilometers. So 4/3 pi r cube. So equal to 4/3 times 22/7 times 113 cube. So it's equal to, basically we have 126,974,936 over 21. So this one is the result of 4 times 22 times 113 cube. So we have the answer is 6.043,992.82. So it's about 6.04 times 10 power of 6 kilometer cube. So that's the answer for 1B. Now we go to 1C. Now 1C is actually asking this. The actual volume of the asteroid is found to be 6.074 times 10 power of 6 kilometer cube. Find the percentage error in James' estimate of the volume. Now, the estimate error, the percentage error is equal to here. Don't forget the absolute value. Estimation. This is the formula minus the actual. Okay, over estimation times 100%. So is equal to, the estimation is 604,3,992,82 minus the actual one which is given before over 6.07 times 10 to the power of 6. Now here the absolute value, it means even if this one is -1, if you see here, this one is 6,043,000. 6,043,000, this one 6,074,000. It means this one, the value is less than this. In other words, the result of the subtraction must be negative. But there's the absolute value, so it doesn't matter. So we have basically the answer 0.494%. Okay. Now, this is actually also the evaluation for you guys. You can check whether or not your answers that you actually give in the last exam true or not. Can compare. Question? Okay. Continue. Here, Control N. Anyone needs to write down this or take screenshot? Up to you. Okay. Control N. Now we go to number 2. Let P is equal to cos. Yes, I will. This week, yeah. I already started, but yeah, it's kind of slow. So here, P is equal to cos X plus sin Y over square root of omega square W square minus Z. Okay, so you basically just plug in all the information. So P is equal to cos 36, right? Plus sin 18. And then over square root of 29 square minus 21.8 square. So basically we have the result of this is basically 1.11803 over the result of this is 28.6217. So P is equal to 0.0396062, or you can call it P is equal to 3.91 times 10 power of minus 2. Okay, so that's number 2. Now we go to number 3. Money boxes are coin containers used by children and come in a variety of shapes. The money box shown in the shape of cylinder. It has a radius of 4.43. So from here to here, 4.43, 43 centimeter, and the height of 12.2 centimeter from here to here. Find the volume of the box. So this one easy. What you need to do is only using the concept of IA, volume of cylinder. Basically the area times the height. So pi r square times the height. So 22/7 times the r square, the 4.43 times 12.2. And then you basically have it, total is basically 752.47. Okay, this is actually the answer here. And then we move to the B. A second money box is in the shape of a sphere and has the same volume of the cylindrical money box. The question is asking, please find the diameter of the second money box. Okay, so it says that the volume of the cylinder, the value, same thing. So in other words, here 4/3 pi r cube is equal to the cylinder, which is 752. Okay, because we are asking this one, right? The r, because later the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. So here r cube is equal to the V cylinder, you times it with 3 over 4 pi, right? This is what we call cross multiplication. Therefore, R itself is equal to square root 3 V cylinder over 4 pi. Basically, if we put everything, don't forget this is cube root. Cube root 3 times 752.475 over 4 times 22/7. So basically R is equal to 13.4 centimeter. And then the diameter is 2 times 13.4, which is equal to 26.8 centimeter. So that's the answer. So done this one. This one is quite challenging. But to save you the time, so that we can move to chapter 5, basically the answer for BAC here number 4, yeah. Yeah, 4. So for I is equal to, what's the question? Or showing that it's actually 85 degrees. Okay. First of all, you need to find what's actually the angle BAC, which is equal to 34.8.9, I mean. And then after that, you will be able to prove that the angle ABC, here the angle ABC is equal to more or less 85 degree, which is, I find it exactly 85.1 degree. Okay, now the II is about AX is 55.8 meter. So it's about here, 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 and then triple I triple I is asking what? Okay, so BX is equal to 4.88 meter. And then the percentage error is equal to, for B, to 25.1%. Okay, so that's all the answers for the questions in the exam paper 1 multiple topics. Okay, now I will repeat. Okay, now let's start our discussion. Okay, so can you hear me clearly, guys? Oh yeah, okay. So here we start with the simple idea here. I think it's actually before. Now, probability enables us to quantify the likelihood of events occurring and evaluate risk. This chapter looks at the language of probability, how to quantify probability, and the basic tools you need to solve problems involving probability. Okay, like for example, there is a question here. How can a geneticist quantify the chance that a child may inherit the same color of eyes as his father? Okay, or for example here, how can a lawyer make sure that a jury understands evidence based on probabilities? For example, if there is a statement like this, 37% chance of rain tomorrow, how can you reach a common agreement on how to interpret and apply statements like this? Okay. So, for example, this guy, Daniel Kahneman, Nobel Prize winner in economic science, and Amos Tversky, cognitive and mathematical psychologist, spent decades collaborating and researching together. Below is an adaptation of one of the questions they set to the students. So, for example, two taxi companies operate in Math City, black cabs and yellow rides. 85% of the cabs in the city work for black cabs and are colored black. The rest of the cabs in the city work for yellow rides and are colored yellow. A taxi was involved in a hit and run accident at night. A witness told police that the taxi involved was yellow. The court carried out a series of tests on the reliability of the witness, asking her to identify the color of a random sequence of taxis. The witness correctly identified each one of the two colors 80% of the time and failed 20% of the time. What is the probability that the taxi involved in the accident was yellow? Carolina carries out the traffic survey in Med City. She sits in an interchange and notes the color of the first 6 cabs that pass her. What number of yellow cabs is she most likely to observe? What type of diagram can help represent the problem? What assumptions did you make? So basically, like, this is actually like, we can try to solve the question in number 1 here. So we start with the 2 information given. This is the first information that I can say, that 85% of the cabs in the city work for black cabs and are color black. The rest of the cabs in the city for yellow rides are color yellow. In other words, it's obvious that the percentage for seeing yellow cars or yellow cabs in the city of Med City is actually 100% minus 85%, which is 15%. Now, 15% in terms of fraction is equal to 15 over 100. Or if we actually do it in terms of, we divide it by 5 again, we have 15 over 100 is equal to 3 over 20. Okay, 3 over 20. So this is actually the probability that the car is yellow, or it's actually yellow cab or yellow rides. And then after that, according to the witness, that most of the time 80% she's actually identifying correctly. She identified correctly. So in other words, you can say this is actually 80% for the second one. So 80% is basically 80 over 100, or basically 8 over 10, or basically 4 over 5. So if we want to answer what's the probability of 1 in the question number 1, you can say it's actually a combination between this and this. So the combination basically is not in addition, but it's actually multiplication, or the product of probability. So it's about 3 over 20 times 4 over 5. So it's about 12 over 100. So it's only 12%. 12%. What is the probability that the taxi involved in the accident was yellow? It's actually 12%. It's very quite low. Low probability. Now, question. Finn, question? Clear? Okay, how about Alexa, Angel? Okay, Agnes, I already record, yeah, so hopefully you can actually later see the video. Yeah. Now, I want you guys to have this video about like the probability in life, but I want you guys to rejoin, okay? Because I still have 5 minutes, okay? I want you guys to rejoin.